And now I've become death, the destroyer of Amiga 4000s.
Right, so just starting on the clock. I've put everything back together for the sound, so sounds fine now, no problems. But the RTC needs sorting out. It's a bit worse for wear. Right, so on the clock, 74 HCT 174. I've just been checking all the pins. Yeah, I found 3. Yeah, 3 which aren't connected. One's ground, so the chip's not grounded. Right, so pin 4. Where the hell are we going with that? So pin 4, which is here. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And that goes to a via over here by the crystal, which there's nothing. Got no connection at all. Where is it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look on the screen, can't I? It goes up here to pin nothing. Run up and down. I think there should be connection. 6, I think it is. 6. Under the camera you can see there already looks iffy, but it's soldered to the board. And then there's a wire over here. I'm getting nothing at all. And then it also connects to a pin. Nothing. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take that off. That's gonna have to come off, which means I'm gonna have to take the battery off as well. I'm gonna have to take that battery off, and I can move this camera up. Oh, I can stop this now, can't I? Stop that. I've got to get used to having this. It's weird. I mean, it's brilliant, but it feels a bit weird when it's in your face. So the battery's down here. It's just 2 little terminals. One there, one there. I think that's where he sold them to. I don't think he's used the middle one. We'll soon find out. Cool. Bloody sold us that. Not my tip for this job, but I should have come out better than that. Just test it for voltage now. I just checked it on the board and nothing in it, and yet it's been on. There's still nothing in it. It's empty. I don't know if you can see it because of the reflection. Now you can see it. Yeah, not even 0.5%. Yeah. No, it's good while it lasted, I suppose. Got a nice bit of corrosion going on here, but that chip's got to come off because there's corrosion on it. Oh, I need the camera now. See that light green? It's corrosion. It's down there. It's down there. It's around there. It's around there. And the pins which are naked is pin 4, 1, 2, 3, pin 4, pin 6, which is that one, which looks pretty obvious, and then pin 8, which is ground, which has got corrosion all around it. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, hot air, take this off, and then just work on the pads and everything, see if we can get connection. Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to add a bit of flux around it, just to help the heat solder melt. It's quite corroded, so I don't know what the condition of these pads are going to be like, but they're not going to be great. Yeah, let's put the cap up back on that. Right, so when you're heating these up, go around it in circle motion for a while, and then just stick something just to the edge of it. Don't try and force it off, because you'll pop a pad. Just let the weight of anything which is heavier than the chip will lift it off anyway, so as the solder melts. So I've got a little dental surgeon's thingy where you stick in your gob and you want to punch him in the face. I just rest it on the weight of this will lift that off once it's ready. But it's not ready until a good minute or so of heat. See, there you go. Now it's free. It was until I moved. There you go. Right off. Quite, it's corroded as well, badly. Jesus, look at the legs. See the pad there? That's why the two aren't working. There's no pad. Just clean all this flux up. Shut up, fan. Holy cow. And if you're wondering why don't you just turn it off, I have turned it off. It goes through a cool down process. Jesus. I will fix it one day, apparently. I'm just going over this gently because this is badly corroded. I don't want to take any more pads off than I can avoid. Hey. That's why your clock's not working, dude. Clean that. Oh, hello, it's shutting up. Finally. Doesn't look. The legs aren't in great condition either. Even the legs are corroded. Yeah. So you see all the corrosion around it. So there's no pads, no pad. There's a pad there, but only just. Pad. No pads here at all. Nope. That's what that corrosion is. That light green stuff is all corrosion. Dang it. This is going to be a pain in the rear. Trying to see if I can see that trace, but let's go over it really lightly. That one's coming, look, that one there. That one's coming off as well. Jesus. If you've got any more of these, don't send them to me. Jesus. Right. Next day. Yeah, I gave up. It was doing my head in last night. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pads are non-existent. Well, 3 pads are non-existent. 2 are pulled off because there was no point. They weren't making contact to anything and they were already curled up on one end. So the corrosion had got under them. But if I show you on the Digicam what I've done so far. You see that this one's ground. Yeah, so I've checked that, that's fine. Believe it or not, there should be a pad here. But there also should be a trace coming down here to this point here. This is completely gone. There's no trace there at all. So that one goes, oh God. Oh yeah, it goes under the board. So through the via there. This pad, which isn't here, goes up to a trace here, which is non-existent. And then it comes down this way somewhere. Yeah, it comes down this way to the resistor pack here, which I'm touching, this thing here. This one, there's still a pad there, but you can see that little mark behind the wire I've put there. It's nothing, there's nothing there. So that's had to go under the board, so through the via. That one, no pad, through the via. That was the one that was curled up and I've just pulled it off. There's no point, half of it was curled up and if it had soldered on it, it had just come off anyway, and I wouldn't have been able to see it because the chip had been on it, so I've had to pull that off as well. But if you look, this is where the battery is, so you can see a bit of corrosion just on the camera there. There's a bit of corrosion there, you've got corrosion over here. What it's done is come across this way and got all of these, but you look the opposite side, all the pads are fine. Well, I say they're fine until I go soldering onto them, but it's a nightmare. See, it moves, but it is connected. So if I put a continuity test on it, where's me here? So if I go to ground and then touch it, there we go, we've got continuity now. There was no ground before, so that's fine. And then the other three are also fine. So what I'm going to do is put the chip on now. This one and this one, I'm going to have to rig a wiring. See, the trace goes there and goes underneath. Well, it doesn't go underneath the board, it goes underneath the chip. There's no point putting it there because it'll just pull it up, so I'll have to wing it somehow and figure it out. So I'll not solder that, and solder a bit of wire to it and bring it round if I can. That one, I'm not going to solder to it. I'm just going to solder a bit of wire and then try and find the trace. It's here somewhere, but you can't see it because it doesn't exist. It's completely evaporated and gone to the heavens. So, yeah. So, like I said, if you get any erosion from batteries, whether the battery's on there or not, you've got to clean it all off. You can't leave that corrosion on there, because if you don't clean it, it'll still spread. It'll still go on, even though the battery's not there. It'll still go on. And the only way to do it is to take everything off around that area, clean it all, make sure everything's spotless, and then put it back on and hope that it hasn't corroded anything. But as soon as I applied a little bit of heat to that, I mean, I was only running on about 350, which is nothing for this board, and they all just come off. So it was like, well, that's the end of that then. So I'm going to get on with this after I stopped and chatted to you for 10 minutes waffling on about a load of crap. So, but this bit wasn't Coolmaster's fault. This is just something what's happened previously. He's obviously purchased the board and tried to fix it himself, but he never touched that. And to be fair, he shouldn't have anyway, because yeah, it's a nightmare. This is testing me. It's doing my frigging in. Problem I've got is once I've soldered it on there, I might have to put a dab of hot glue on that chip just to keep it down flat. I mean, it'll be soldered to the bits of wire I've put on there, but those bits of wire aren't stuck down. So I might have to, once it's on there, put a bit of hot glue on there so it's not knocked or anything. Hot glue, you can heat it up and just pull it back off again. So not super glue. Don't use super glue. Right, so let me get on with that. I'll stop that because I've finished waffling. I can get on. And I'll bring you back hopefully when it's on there. Probably. Or not. Right. Let's move my mechanical arm up the way. It's so cool. It never gets old. Yeah. Let's see if it'll post now. So, power on. After doing all that bloody work, if it don't post, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot myself. Ooh, mouse. Need a mouse. Cool. I posted a short up the other day saying that the sound was all fixed, 100% all done. Next is the RTC. Dead easy. Quote of the century. Coolmaster, if you've got any more, don't send them to me. Oh, yeah, hang on. Floppy drive. Plug that in. I was waiting for the second sound of the floppy drive. Never mind. My heart sank then. Well, now we know it posts. Now we've got RTC. And we've still got sound. First thing first, sound. What are we on? Oh, way down. Sound. Yeah, we got sound. That's handy. Yeah, RTC. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So there's more wrong with it. Dang it. somebody commented the other day that they've never seen somebody so upset from buying something on eBay that actually works. Yeah, it's the whole point of buy broken stuff. I like fixing broken stuff, but Master, you're an ass. This is really broken. I ain't even got up to the memory sockets yet. The SIM banks. Yeah. There's 4 of them to replace. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and bank 0 is a bit dodgy to catch. Yeah, so I fixed that capacitor. Yeah, somebody glued it down because the pads weren't there. So they glued it down to make connection to the wire right next to it. Which is different, I suppose. Yeah. Where have you been buying this from? I'd love to know. I don't suppose you did that, did you? Yeah. I got an acute angle for you. I've anchored it on 2 opposing corners. Anchored it up here, anchored it down. I've already just done that one. But I thought, well, I may as well do this and be a bit extra footage to bore you with. Yeah, unfortunately, I found out the story roughly, so I don't think the Destroyer, I mean Master, did this. I think this is done by some guy in Germany. This is where this board's coming from. This is a Rev 2C board, and he's got it from Germany. So get on. I think I put any flux on that, did I? Yeah, I did. So he said it was in bad condition when he got it, so he hasn't done this. But there's been a lot of work on it, but unfortunately some of the work isn't what it should be. That's that one. Smothered in flux, but I'll clean that off now. That's where it's looking like now. I've just put all 3 on. So that was the nightmare one because the battery's here. This is all corroded along here, all this side. And those resistors up there, them first 2 are also corroded, which I'll show you now. So that resistor there's a wire going through the wire, another wire going through the wire. There are 2 traces just on the end of the resistors we could put. Well, actually 5 volt that one, so it needs that. Yeah, so they're the 2 trace wires I've had to. They're supposed to go under and around. Well, that one goes around that way, but that one there goes underneath and around. But you can't put a bit of wire underneath because it raises the whole chip off the board, so it's had to come around the edge like there. Which is that's not touching. I know it looks like it is, but it ain't, don't worry. So I might have to hot glue that down to keep it in place. I don't know yet. So that's the other 2 we just put on now. Properly flowed. Yeah, I don't know what that German guy was doing, but unless the Destroyer's just waffing me off, and it was actually him, but we won't say that. Yeah, that capacitor's repaired. I'm pretty sure it was glue, Yoo-hoo glue, but put a wire through the wire and brought it across and then soldered it on. That card registers every time now, no problem. So I guess that's what it was, the problem. So that's the sound, the card. That's pretty much all the clock. Other than that chip, that's the only one I haven't touched, but Master's done that. Right. If it don't work now, I'll quit. Yeah. I can't quit, can I? Oh. You got power on. Helps. Bloody knackered. I can tell you that. Right. Really? I already know the outcome. Why do you think I'm smiling? Works. Oh, it didn't remember the date though. Oh well, so that battery's no good, so I'll have to take that one off. But yeah, real-time clock, RTC. I am never saying on a show ever again, that'll be easy. I spoke to Cult Master, the Destroyer, today on the phone. Oh, I've got 3,000 there what needs repairing. Right off. Yeah, I bet you have. Tell you what, get a soldering iron out. Yeah, I'll buy it off you for a tenner after you finish with it. Yeah. Right. So all that's left is the sim sockets. That he decided that he didn't want to use a soldering iron. He'll just use a hammer and just wedge them off. Well, he did use the soldering iron for about 4 pins, and then I got bored. Yeah. Right, so that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and you definitely learned something. If you don't try, you're not going to learn. We weren't born with a soldering iron in our hands. I wasn't born with a tattoo machine in my hands or a pencil in my hands. You learn it. You'll learn from his mistakes next time. I hope. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Yeah. Well, that was fun. Yeah.